viewers. Oh, hey, Daphne. Thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to all of my members. Okay, so all the replay viewers, shout out to you. Make sure you comment underneath the video. All right, we're going to jump right in. Happy Friday, you all, or whatever day you're seeing this. So, if you've ever felt instant chemistry with someone who turned out to be completely wrong for you, or if you've ever met someone who was kind and consistent and you felt absolutely nothing, I need you to hear me. You are not broken. Your nervous system is just confused. Let me open my window. It's still kind of dark outside, but let me open the window. See if we can. Okay, son. All right. So today I'm going to teach you the difference between your body feeling regulated love, the kind that actually lasts, versus familiar love, the kind that feels like home, but it keeps you stuck in cycles that you swear up and down. You swear up and down you would never repeat. So by the end of this live, you'll have a somatic tool that you can use right now to tell the difference, okay, between the two without overthinking it. Not by making some type of pros and cons list, but by actually feeling this in your body. Before we get started, my name is RONESHIA, and if nobody has checked on you today, that's exactly why I'm here. So, let me tell you really quick about a woman I worked with. We're going to call her Maya. I would never put real names out, just FYI, unless y'all just give me permission, but her name is Maya. We're gonna call her Maya. So Maya kept dating this same type of guy. He was charismatic, he was unpredictable, emotionally unavailable. She felt these butterflies, this magnetic pull, that obsession where she could not stop thinking about this man. Okay? Every single time it ended the same way. She ended up being drained, confused, and wondering why she just couldn't pick better men. All right. Then one day she met someone different. She met this guy who was consistent. He actually called when he said he would. Okay. He made plans in advance. He kept his word. He showed up emotionally. He wasn't playing games. He wasn't hot one day and cold the next, like he was a real man. All right. And then Maya, sis, felt nothing. She was bored. She felt flat. Maya felt like something was missing, like she was just waiting on the other shoe to drop. So she came to me and she said, I don't understand why I feel more alive in these chaotic relationships. When he's toxic, I don't know. Like, girl, I just have this adrenaline, but I don't feel at peace when I'm with this other man. I don't understand what's wrong with me. This is what I told her, and it's what I'm going to tell you today. Your nervous system doesn't bond to what is healthy. It bonds to what is familiar. Okay? If that just hits you in the chest and you're sitting here thinking like, oh my God, that's me. Let me admit it, that used to be me. Sorry. That used to be me. Baby, these emotionally unavailable men, that's what I would, it was a thrill, okay? If you're saying, oh God, that's me, I want you to stay with me because what I'm going to share is going to change how you date, how you love, what you tolerate, and most importantly, how you trust yourself in relationships, okay? And by the way, there's a 90-second body practice that we're going to do at the end, well, towards the end. It's going to tell you instantly whether you are in a relationship where the love is regulated or if you're just tolerating what is familiar. Okay? So it's wild how fast your body knows when you try to stop thinking your way through it. So stick around for that. Good morning, Candace. Make sure you all stick around for that, okay? So before we dive deeper, I want to offer you something. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now because sometimes y'all don't stay until the end. All right. So if you're thinking, okay, Renisha, this makes sense, but where do I even start? I've been stuck in this pattern for years. I don't think I can change. If the thought of even working on this is making you overwhelmed and you're like, I'm exhausted, I don't have time, I get it. I promise you I do. But this is why I created the Clarity Reset, okay? So it's a self-paced, it's a 7-day program, self-paced, where I'm going to walk you through different steps that is going to help you stop this behavior. You will be clear on what is actually keeping you stuck. This is not something that you just journal. Oh, I'm just going to journal about my feelings for 6 months and things that then things are going to change. Absolutely not. Okay. This is not that. So we're going to work on it in a feel it in your body type of way. I'm going to help you make different decisions immediately, like the same when you get it within that first week. You should be making changes. So, if you are serious about breaking these cycles, if you're tired of repeating the same patterns and ending up in the same place, if you already made up in your mind, there is no way I'm going to do 2026 the way I did 25, 24, so on and so forth. This is the fastest way to start with the Clarity Reset. The link is in the description. It should be in the pinned comments under the video. So you all can take a look at that when I'm done. All right. So let's get into it. Because I will not stay on here an hour and 20 minutes like I did the other morning. All right. So what's the difference? What's the actual difference between regulated love and familiar love? As you all come in, can you please hit the like button that pushes the video out? It helps you to push the video out to the algorithm, okay, to other women who need it. So I'm going to break this down for you without you feeling, well, I'm going to do my best to break it down without you feeling broken or like damaged goods, if that makes sense, okay? Because you're not, you're just human and your nervous system is doing exactly what it was trained to do. So when we're talking about regulated love, for those of you taking notes, I know a lot of you are driving to work. Regulated love is steadier. It is consistent. It is less adrenaline driven. Okay? It's when your nervous system can actually stay present in the connection instead of constantly monitoring, managing, strategizing, or bracing for the next disappointment. Regulated love is going to feel safe. Okay? It's going to feel like an openness in your chest, not tightness. All right? You will be able to be yourself in the relationship. You don't have to perform for them. You don't have to prove your worth. You can just be. You feel resourced after spending time with the person, not drained. You're going to feel energetic. You're going to feel at peace. You're going to feel like you gained something, not just drained. Okay? And you're going to know where you stand without games, without guessing, without checking their location or analyzing their tone in the text message, without analyzing their body language. You're going to know where you stand. This doesn't mean it's boring, okay? It doesn't mean there's no attraction. It means that your body isn't in survival mode while you're trying to love someone. So this is what regulated love feels like. I forgot who made that song Steady Love, but this is what it's gonna feel like, okay? Thank y'all for hitting the like button. So when we're talking about familiar love, this is what your nervous system learned was normal. Okay. So this is the patterns you grew up with, the dynamics you witnessed, the way love was modeled to you, whether it was to pursue and then withdraw, hot and cold one day, proving your worth to earn affection, or chaos followed by, I apologize, or I promise I'm not going to do that no more. A whole cycle, okay? And you just know, okay, things are going to be different the next time. Also, if you grew up, if your mom, whoever raised you, really, whatever female raised you, if they tended to deal with certain behaviors from who they were in a relationship with, sometimes you grow up repeating those patterns, not even realizing it. You think it's normal. Baby, it's not normal. Abuse is not normal. Him whipping your behind is not normal. Verbal or emotional abuse is not normal. Walking around on eggshells is not normal. A man cheating on you constantly is not normal. This stuff is not normal. This is what society normalizes. And you may have, because you grew up a certain type of way, you just stick and stay. That's not normal. All right. Even those of you that grew up in the church, like I did, you may have been trained to take all forms of abuse. There's different types of abuse, and you're just going to stay in the name of the Lord because you're supposed to submit. That ain't normal. RONESHIA, God hates divorce. Let me pull on back. It's not normal. God also hates the fact that you think so low of yourself that you just sit and deal. Calm down. All right. So, yeah, your nervous system learns that these things are normal, okay? And here's the thing, your brain doesn't care if it's healthy, your brain cares if it's recognizable. All right. So, your nervous system, I must be stepping on toes because everybody leaving. My goodness. Your nervous system is like, okay, I know this dance. I know how to survive this. I know what to do when someone pulls away. I'm just going to chase them harder. Why are you out here chasing people? I know what to do when someone's inconsistent. I'm going to just try to be perfect. I'm going to try to be perfect so he doesn't leave me. I'm going to just hold it together. You know, I'm not going to show him my full self because I don't want to scare him away. You afraid of rejection and abandonment. So you put this mask on and you're a real good actress, okay? So when someone shows up differently, when someone is calm, consistent, emotionally available, he doesn't play games. Your nervous system says, wait a minute, what is this? What's happening? Where's the drama? Where's the tension? Where's the uncertainty? This doesn't feel like love. I told you all about the creator, one of the creators I follow. And the guy was being too nice to her. She was on live asking the chat to help her start a fight because he was too calm. This is what happens when you're in survival mode and you're used to the toxicity. And what's sad is a lot of women like that, they don't even realize they're in survival mode. Okay? It's not that this is not love. It's that your body has learned to recognize, your body hasn't learned to recognize safety as love yet. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. So let me say this one more time because this is the line I need you to write down. Put it on a post-it note, okay? Your brain doesn't bond to what is healthy. It bonds to what is familiar. Write that down. Let me know if you need me to repeat it. I'll just repeat it anyway. Your brain doesn't bond to what's healthy. It bonds to what's familiar. I need you to sit with that. Take a deep breath while I sip my tea. Okay? Mm. So warm, so good. All right. So those of you that are able, even if you're watching the replay, drop a fire emoji in the chat if you've ever felt more chemistry with someone who was chaotic than a man who was calm, which men watch me too, man or woman. that was calm. Let me know. Drop a fire emoji, even if you're watching the replay. If you've been more drawn to the person who keeps you guessing than the person who shows up consistently, you are not alone. All right. So, how do you actually feel the difference in your body between regulated love and familiar love? Because here's the thing, you cannot think your way out of this. It needs more than a thought, okay? You can't make a pros and cons list. I know y'all like lists. That's not going to work. You're not going to be able to logic yourself into the right choice, okay? You have to sense it. You have to feel it. So I'm going to walk you through a body scan. Thank you, Candace. I'm going to walk you through a body scan right now. And I want you to actually do this with me, okay? Don't just listen at me talk about it. I need you to actually participate. So if you are driving or doing something where you cannot close your eyes, that's fine. You can come back and do this later. Or you can do it with your eyes open. Just stay present, okay? So I want you to think of a connection that felt intense. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Think of a connection that felt intense. Maybe it's a past relationship. It could be someone you are with right now. It may be someone that you're not over, an ex that you're not over. I just need you to bring them up in your mind. Don't judge yourself for what comes up, but I need you to bring it up. I need you to notice. Now, as you think about this person, I want you to scan your body. As you think about them, scan your body. Notice what happens in your chest. Does it feel tight? Does it feel open? Do you feel like you can't breathe all of a sudden? Do you feel butterflies in your stomach? Butterflies. Do you feel like you want to puke? Do you feel constricted? Do you feel this lump in your throat? Does it feel like something is stuck in your throat? Is your stomach clenching? Is it relaxed? Are you holding tension in your jaw? Here it is. Do you feel regret because you're like, dang, he was a good dude. I didn't know. And now look at who I'm with. Just notice. Scan your body. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to fix it. You just need to be aware, okay? Notice what your body is doing when you think about this intense connection. So now I want you to let that go for a second. Take a deep breath. Shake it out if you need to. And think of another connection that felt calm. Someone who was always consistent. You never had to guess what they were thinking. You never had to guess how they felt. He may have come off as boring to you. You didn't necessarily feel butterflies on him. I need you to pull that person up. He always showed up when you needed him to. Extremely reliable. It's giving grown man. Cared about your needs, your wants, your desires. He actually gives a about how you feel. During the day, throughout the day, in the morning, at night, he notices when something is off. And he actually cares. So bring them to mind and then scan your body again. Your chest, your throat, your belly, all of the things. And then notice what difference you felt between the two. So this is what you're looking for when it comes to regulated love. That's the real, safe, sustainable love. It often feels like openness in your chest. It's like you can fully breathe. You feel this groundedness in your body, like your feet on the floor. Okay? You feel a sense of, I can be myself here. I don't have to perform. I don't have to be Hollywood's best actress. Okay? I don't have to try to manage anything. I don't have to try to manage his emotions. It often feels calm, not shut down, just calm. There is just this peace, a peace that surpasses your very understanding. All right, so this is what you feel when there's regulated love. With familiar love, you often feel activated attachment, trauma bonding, and we talked about what trauma bonding really is, okay? All right, Candace, thank you for joining. We talked about what trauma bonding really is, not what we just talk about on social media. No, what real trauma bonding is. You feel an anxiety driven connection, and it often feels like urgency, like you need to figure this out right now. There's this fixation, like you can't stop thinking about them. You're checking your phone every 2 minutes. You're analyzing every single word they said. Rumination, your thoughts are looping. You are replaying conversations in your head over and over and over again. You are trying to decode their behavior. We are too grown to be out here trying to figure out how you think and how you feel because you don't want to open your mouth and say it. Hello? All right. You also feel this restlessness. Talking about familiar love, you are restless. Your body cannot settle. You are tense. You are afraid. You're wired. You're walking on eggshells. So here's the simple test I want you to remember. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Do you feel more like yourself in this connection? Or do you feel more like you are monitoring the connection? Think about it. If you are constantly scanning, you're constantly scanning for threats, managing their emotions, walking on eggshells, trying to prove your worth, making yourself smaller. Let me just shrink back because I don't want him to leave me. So you're making yourself smaller for them to stay. That is not safety. That is not safety. This is not real love, okay? This is survival mode wearing a relationship costume. Congratulations. It's Halloween all year round for you. Okay, thank you. So type monitoring in the chat, even if you're watching the replay. If you've ever realized you spent more time managing a relationship than actually enjoying it. If you've spent more energy trying to keep someone than just being yourself with them, drop monitoring in the chat. All right. So, why does calm feel so flat at first? Why does it feel boring to you? This consistency. It's like, oh my God, he's so boring. And then your friends are like, well, why is he boring? Like, do y'all not do anything? Does he not talk? No, he just like, I don't know. He's boring. Like whenever he says he's gonna call, he's gonna call. He asked me how my day was. Like he's always asking me how my day was, and he really waits for an answer. He checks on me throughout the day. Like I don't understand. He needs to just leave me alone. I feel drained. I feel like I can't not drained. What's the word? Smothered. I feel smothered. He needs to just leave me alone. Oh, it sounds like he actually cares about you, sis. Okay, so let me explain the brain science without making this a TED talk. So there's the reward loop, right? Your brain is wired to respond to something called intermittent reinforcement. So that's just a fancy way of saying inconsistent affection creates stronger attachment than steady affection. So I know it sounds backwards, but remember we talked about the slot machine the other day? You don't keep pulling the lever because you're winning every time. It doesn't work like that. Pulling the lever because sometimes you'll win. And that's how they keep coming back. That's how they keep getting more of your money because you're chasing that same high. Okay. You don't know when it's going to pay out. It's unpredictable. It's uncertain. And this is what creates the obsession. That's what keeps you hooked. 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 That's what keeps you hooked because you don't know. All right. One day they're cold. One day they're hot. One day he loves you, can't get enough of you. The next day he's like, girl, get out my face. One day they text back immediately. Sometimes they ghost you for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, even. All right. So when they're affectionate, distant, you can't figure out the pattern. And when you can't figure out the pattern, your brain goes into overdrive. This is not love, it is a reward loop. It is your brain trying to solve a puzzle that it can't solve. I hope this is making sense. And then the more inconsistent they are, the more attached you become. That's crazy, right? The more inconsistent they are, the more attached they become because your brain is like, if I can just figure out this pattern, if I just can be perfect enough, then I'll get the payout. In your mind, you're like, I can't take this L and just walk away. Baby, it's really a W, but okay. Honey, the game is rigged. You're not going to figure it out. So here's the other part. If you grew up in chaos, if love in your childhood came with conditions, inconsistency, emotional unavailability, volatility, your nervous system learned to equate stress with connection. So your body believes it learned that love feels like anxiety. Love feels like me walking on eggshells. Love feels like I'm trying to earn something. This is what it feels like. All right. So when stress doesn't show up in your relationship, when someone is just steady, reliable, and present, your body starts searching for the stress. And because your body is so used to activation, to that adrenaline rush, I used to be addicted to it. Calm can actually feel like shutdown. So you think, I don't feel anything for this person. Like, but what's really happening is you're detoxing from intensity. Okay. So your nervous system is recalibrating, and that recalibration, it doesn't feel exciting at first. It just feels flat. All right. So here's what nobody tells you, and this is really important. It takes time for your nervous system to recalibrate. So stability, it doesn't feel valuable immediately. This is not an overnight thing, okay? Safety is not going to feel like home right away. Thank y'all for hitting the like button as you come in. At first, it's going to feel flat. At first, you're going to feel bored. You're going to feel wrong. You're going to feel like you are settling. But if you stay and actually let your body learn what safety feels like, if you don't run, I used to be a runner. She's a runner. She's a track star. That used to be me. If you don't run, the second thing starts to feel unfamiliar, something is going to shift. So that calm is going to start feeling like peace instead of numbness. The consistency will start to feel like trust instead of you just being bored. Oh, he's just bored. And then the reliability is going to start to feel like love instead of something that you have to earn. Does this make sense? That relationship is going to start to feel like home instead of a freaking war zone. A war zone that you're just constantly trying to survive. Don't nobody got time for that. Let me drink some tea. Hold on. What did Mars song say? Love and war. We stay on the front line. Don't nobody got time for that. I'm not living in a war zone. Okay? So you have to give your nervous system time to actually learn this. You cannot rush it. You cannot force it. You just have to practice it. Healing happens in repetition. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. So, whether you're watching live or catching the replay, how many of you have ever left a calm relationship. It was calm, it was really healthy, but you didn't know any better and it didn't feel right. And then months or years later, you realize that that was the healthiest option you had. Drop a broken heart in the chat if that's your story, even if you're watching the replay. I ain't judging. No judging me here. Okay? So here's the practice that I told you I was going to give you at the beginning of the live. We're almost done. All right? So this is a 90-second tool that will tell you instantly whether you're in regulated love or just a familiar love. Okay? And the key principle here is that you cannot make a good decision from a dysregulated nervous system. I'll say that again. You cannot make a good decision from a dysregulated nervous system, okay? So when you're activated, when your nervous system is in fight or flight, when you're anxious, overwhelmed, or you're in this obsessive loop, your discernment is offline, like that AOL that was trying to connect back in the day and couldn't. Okay? Your body is in survival mode. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. And survival mode doesn't make wise choices. Somebody needs to write that down. Survival mode doesn't make wise choices. It makes safe choices. Safe. And when I say safe, I mean familiar. Okay? So we regulate first and then we decide. So this is a 90-second nervous system reset. Step one, you're going to ground yourself. Step one, you're going to ground yourself. So I want you to feel your feet on the floor right now. If you are driving, just feel your feet on the pedal or the brakes. Okay? If you're sitting and not driving, press your feet into the ground right now. Even if you're at your cubicle listening, you're at work in your office at your cubicle, just press your feet into the ground. If you're standing, shift your weight side to side a little bit. If you're sitting in the chair, notice the chair that's holding you. You're sitting on a couch, just notice whatever surface, a bean bag. Notice whatever it is that is beneath you. This is you grounding yourself. All right? You are safe. You are here. Right now, in this exact moment, nothing is chasing you. You are not being chased by a bear. Okay? So that's step one. Step two, you're going to exhale. You're going to take a deep breath. You're going to inhale. I'll count you off, but you're going to inhale through your nose for 4 counts. You're going to hold it, and then you're going to exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. We're going to do this 3 times, okay? So I want you to breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do it again. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whenever you exhale longer than you inhale, it sends a signal to your nervous system that you are safe. This is why you always feel more calm after taking deep breaths. Okay? So that was step 2. Step 3, you're going to ask your body, not your mind. Get out your head. You're going to ask your body this question. So bring that connection back to mind, the one that you were thinking about earlier. And instead of asking your brain, is this person right for me? Which your brain is going to overthink and spiral. I want you to ask your body this. When I think about this person, Do I feel more like myself or less like myself? I'll wait. You are asking your body, not your brain. When I think about this person, do I feel more like myself or less like myself? Don't analyze it. Don't justify it. Don't justify it. Just notice, what is your body saying? I need you to feel it. Does it feel expansive, contracted? Do you feel more grounded? Do you feel like you're spinning? Do you feel anxiety? Do you feel like you want to cry? Like you want to puke? Do you feel present or like you're just performing in the relationship? Just notice, okay? So now I want you to think about that connection again. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Before we did this regulation practice, if I asked you to rate your urge to chase, to solve, to fix, or to prove on a scale of 1 to 10, what would it have been? Let me know in the chat, drop it in the comments, and then think about it. After we did this regulation exercise and you checked again, did the urge shift? Did it decrease? Did it get clearer? If the urge decreased after regulation, if you suddenly felt less obsessed, less anxious, less like you need this person, I need you to survive. No, you don't. Stop playing. Y'all, stop playing. That's your body telling you that it was anxiety driven, not desire driven. So if the urge stayed the same, or if you actually felt more clarity and peace around the connection, pay attention. You need to pay attention to that, okay? So the point is, this discernment improves after regulation. Discernment improves after regulation. You don't need more analysis. You don't need more advice. You don't need another podcast or another book, another relationship book, okay? You need more capacity. You need a regulated nervous system so you can actually hear what your body is trying to tell you. Remember, we're listening to the body, not the brain. All right? So now that you're more regulated and your nervous system has had a chance to settle, let's talk about discernment. So I'm going to give you 3 questions. You can write them down if you're able to write. Come back, catch the replay, whatever you want to do. Save it in your notes app, whatever. Use these questions anytime you are confused about a connection, okay? And these are not, am I being too picky questions or should I lower my standards? All right. This is actually, these are questions that will let your body know if this love, this relationship is actually safe for your nervous system. The fact that when I close my eyes, I stop stuttering is hilarious. So question number 1, peace versus shutdown. Do I feel peace and access to my personality? Or do I feel peace because I've gone numb? Write it down, even if you have to come back and get it. I'll repeat the question. Do I feel peace and access to my personality? Or do I feel peace because I have gone numb? This is a big one because a lot of women confuse shutdown with calm, okay? Regulated love means you feel yourself. You have opinions. You laugh. You're present. You're engaged. You have access to your desires, your preferences, and your voice in the relationship. Okay? Shut down means you are just quiet. Honey, you're compliant. I'm fine with whatever you say. You're apologizing for no reason. They're they are neglecting you. They are neglecting you, but then you're blaming it on yourself and going and apologizing for them to them. Okay? You feel disconnected from what you actually want. And you've made yourself small because you're just trying to keep the peace. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. You're just trying to keep the peace. These are two very different things, you all. So that's question number one. Question number two, consistency versus high and lows. So you're going to ask yourself, is this connection built on consistency and follow through? Or is it built on highs and lows and uncertainty? I'll repeat the question. You're going to ask yourself, is this connection built on consistency and follow through? Or is it built on highs and lows and uncertainty? Honey, if you are constantly riding an emotional roller coaster, if one day it feels amazing and the next day you are anxious and confused, this is not passion. It's not normal. This is not a deep connection. Okay? This is dysregulation. It's dysregulation. Your nervous system is getting activated over and over and over again. Real love is built on consistency, not a chase. And I don't know why I'm hearing chase, chase, chase. Women, you should not be out here chasing men. Men, technically, I know the things we say, but you shouldn't be out here chasing a woman either. And I know what we say. Men like to chasing. Do they? Do they really like to chase, or do they like a grown woman who's emotionally available and doesn't put all these walls up for them to break down? I'm just saying. Real love is built on consistency, okay? On someone doing what they say they were going to do, on reliability, on trust that builds over time, not intensity that spikes and then crashes. That was question number two. Question number three, and we're almost done. I know y'all got to go to work. Question number three, resourced versus drained. So you're going to ask yourself, after you interact, after I interact with this person, do I feel resourced and grounded, or do I feel dysregulated, like I'm spinning? How do I feel after the conversation, after the date night, any type of interaction? How do I feel afterwards, after the smashing? Because some of that got y'all caught up in loops too, and you can't even think clearly. I was about to say something. Ooh, I was about to say something. This question is extremely simple, right? But it's so telling. So regulated love means after you spend time with this person, it could be a phone call, like I said, a date, a conversation, you feel energized. Energized. You feel at peace. You just feel better. Okay, you feel grounded. Like you can go back to your life because your life doesn't revolve around a man or a woman. You have a life. You can go back to your life and be more present. This is what regulated love feels like. Familiar love or trauma bonding, the real definition of trauma bonding, anxious attachment. After you interact with them, you are analyzing every single word they said. You're checking their phone. Y'all checking phones. You're checking your phone. You're checking their temperature. You're ruminating. You're emotionally hungover and you are absolutely drained. Drained. Your body is giving you information. I need y'all to start listening to it, okay? So write those 3 questions down that I just gave you. Use them and trust your body's answers. Remember, you are listening to your body, not your brain, boo. And let me know, even in the chat, if you're watching the replay still, let me know which question hit you the hardest. Question 1, 2, or 3. All right, just type your number down below. So, real talk, and we're about to get out of here. If your body has been trained to equate anxiety with love, if chaos feels like chemistry and calm feels like, he's boring, you don't fix that with the willpower, okay? You're not going to be able to think your way out of it. You don't just stop one day and decide to choose better and suddenly everything is going to change. It doesn't work like that. You have to retrain it through repeated embodied experiences of safety. All right, you're going to have to teach. Oh Lord, going to have to teach your body that is safe. And this is exactly what Bloom is, you all. So here's what Bloom is not. It's not a course where you buy it, you watch 2 videos, and then it sits in your downloads forever. It does not work like that. It's not me telling you that you just need better boundaries or you need to know your worth and then I just leave you to figure it out by yourself. This is not that. It's not me rushing you through the 8 or 16-week program, okay? And then I give you some certificate and say, good luck, go, you got this, girl. This is not that. Here is what Bloom is. Bloom is a container. It is a safe, structured place where your nervous system gets to practice what regulated love actually feels like weekly, consistency, consistently with real support. So it's either 8 weeks or 16 weeks. You choose based on how deep you need to go. All right, somatic tools, inner healing work, nervous system repatterning, and deliverance work all in one program. Okay, but more than the tools and the frameworks and the practices, Bloom is a place where you do not have to perform. Listen, I love you. I don't care nothing about your accolades. I don't care how great you are out there. I can see past all of that. I'm going to tell y'all right now. So you don't come in here trying to front for me. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You don't have to show up perfect. You don't have to have it all together. You can be messy and still be held. All right. So we're going to work at the pace that your body needs, not what hustle culture says that we need to do or how fast we need to move. Not at my pace. Okay. Not at some imaginary timeline. We're going to move at the pace your body needs. So if you are ready, if you are done chasing intensity and you are ready to build capacity for calm, you're like, RONESHIA, I want peace and calm to be my baseline. I'm tired of feeling like this. Some of you, your brain feels scrambled. That's what I'm hearing. Your brain, your thoughts are so scrambled. Y'all know what a television looks like when, like those old school TVs, when you use an antenna and you're trying to get a connection. That's what some of your brains look like. Okay. So if you're tired of analyzing every connection to death and you're ready to actually embody discernment, if you want supported healing that doesn't rush you, doesn't pressure you, and doesn't make you feel like you're broken just because you need more time, then Bloom might be for you. The link is in the description. It'll also be in the pinned comments. You can click it, go read about it, see if it resonates with you. This is no hard sell, no scarcity tactics, okay? And you have to apply for it. Everybody is not selected. It is application based, okay? So go read up on that, sign up, apply. If you are ready to go deeper, if you just want to procrastinate and keep putting your healing off, I am not the one for you. I don't know what to tell you. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. All right. So when you apply, if it's a yes, we'll talk. If it's a no or not right now, that's okay. I don't want you to feel bad. You can still use everything that we talked about today. And here's what I know to be true. You do not have to force discernment. Okay? Your body already knows when it sorry, your body already knows when it feels safe enough to tell the truth. Pay attention to your body. Okay, sometimes your body just needs permission and support to finally say what it has been trying to tell you all along. So before we close, let me leave you with this. You are not broken because calm feels boring. You are not damaged because intensity feels like home. You are not too much or not enough. You're not too picky. Renisha, you're just too picky. You're not too picky or self-sabotaging unless you are. That is something people in survival mode do. They tend to self-sabotage. But I need you to know that you are human and your nervous system is doing exactly what it was designed to do, what it was trained to do. But you can retrain it. This isn't permanent, y'all. You can retrain it. If you teach your body, you can teach your body what safety feels like. You can learn to recognize regulated love. And if you're already starting, just you are already starting just by being here, by listening, by staying present. Okay, you're already starting. So, does anybody have questions before I go? I'm hungry. I gotta finish my tea first. Does anybody have questions? Now that song "Steady Love" is in my head. All right, I don't see questions. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me with this conversation. Thank you for doing the work your body needs. Thank you for listening to your body. Remember, your body knows. Trauma gets trapped away in the body. No matter how you try to suppress it, no matter how you try to ignore it, it's going to get trapped somewhere in your body. All right. So you have enough to get quiet, to get regulated, and feel safe enough to listen. I'm going to see y'all the next time. I don't know when I'm going live next time. We'll see. I don't know. Rest well. Today is Friday. Have an amazing weekend. Make sure you all get some rest. You deserve it. And that's on period. Love y'all. Bye.